All right, today I wanted to go over order of operations and how it relates to fractions, because this was a question that was brought up to me. To be honest, my answer, how it relates to fractions, basically is you still just follow the order of operations, but you just have to do the work for fractions. So you're still doing PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division as one level, and then addition and subtraction as another. So we have parentheses, right? That would be the first step. 6/8 plus 3/4. Now we have to find a common denominator between these. So we would have to multiply. I know that 4 goes into 8, so 8 will be a common denominator. And we're going to multiply this top and bottom by 2 over 2. As long as you multiply or divide both the top and bottom by the same thing, it will give you an equivalent fraction, because 2 over 2 equals 1, right? Any number over itself equals 1, and if you multiply or divide by 1, you just get that number. So 3/4, 3 times 2 equals 6. 4 times 2 equals 8. So we're actually adding 6/8 plus 6/8. Okay? So 6 plus 6 equals 12. So we have 12/8. Okay? Then we would have times 4 minus 3/8. So we would go down. We're done with all the parentheses, no exponents. Then we're going to multiplication and division. So 12 over 8 times 4, okay? So what we can do when we're multiplying a fraction by a whole number is I can just make a whole number a fraction. Anytime there's a whole number, there is an invisible denominator of 1. So then you just multiply across, right? So these aren't lined up perfectly, but 12 times 4 equals 48. Okay, and then over 8, right? And then minus 3/8. Now, what is 48 over 8 equal to? Now, we can actually do this in 2 ways here. But 48 over 8 is actually equal to 6, right? Because 48 divided by 8 equals 6. So it would be 6 minus 3/8, which would actually be, now, it basically just becomes the, right, this is how we would do it. But it equals 45 over 8, and then if we wanted to change 45 over 8 into a mixed number, it would be 5 and then 5/8, right? So the answer would be 5 and 5/8. Now, basically, when there are fractions in an order of operations problem, you're still just following the order of operations. Just makes it slightly harder because you have to deal with doing everything with fractions. Yeah, it's not too much harder as long as you know how to work with fractions. It's the same. It would be the same with decimals. So you just have to follow the order of operations normally.